Hey guys, Missy here, and today I want to talk about mindset and personal development. So, when I first became a coach, I went to one of my first live events, and when we got there, they were giving out these little DVDs, they were discs that you can listen to in your car. And it was talking about how to build your network marketing business. Well, I was a very new coach. I had signed up in November. I did my first challenge group in November, and I didn't really start my business till mid-December. And the first live event we went to was in April. So I was a new coach there. I was an Emerald coach, and I was actually recognized at that first event that I was at because they had did recognition. So that was really cool. I didn't expect it, and I was already like, oh my gosh, this is awesome. But anyway, when I first got to this event, I was really nervous. My husband came with me. He was very supportive, but it was a training on what the vital behaviors are of a coach. Now, I was not a reader. I was not someone who spent a lot of time reading books unless I was on vacation and it was your typical romance novel or your murder mystery. So, when I was first told that I need to be reading personal development, I was very much like, what the heck does that mean? I don't even understand that. But when I walked away that day, I was handed this DVD and I put it in the car, and I really didn't like the name of the DVD. I was judging a book by its cover, and I told you the name. It was called How to Build Your Network Marketing Business. This is one of my all-time favorite videos now by Jim Rohn. But let me tell you, when I first looked at the front cover of it, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm just not going to like this. I was still very on the fence about coaching. I mean, I was doing it, I was showing up, but I wasn't all in. I was really dragging my feet with it. So what happened was I listened to this personal development and I got hooked to Jim Rohn. So if you ever heard of Jim Rohn, maybe you haven't, but he is someone that I definitely connect to. And if you go on YouTube and look him up, you can listen to some amazing audio. You can also go on your iPad or iTunes and get any of his stuff on audio. I realized that personal development didn't just have to be about reading. Finally, when I got over myself, I will admit I did read one personal development book before I even became a coach, and it was called Push by Sheila. But there's also a couple other books. The book we're going to be reading in here is called Go Pro, and I also recommend The Compound Effect. As a new coach, these should be the first two books that you're reading, and the first that we're going to go over here together as a group. Now, GoPro it gives really you step-by-step things you need to do to make sure you're growing your business and being smart about it. I also recommend anything by John Maxwell. You can go on Amazon and literally look up these authors and purchase any of their books, and you will not be steered in the wrong direction. Another book that is read throughout your coach training is going to be called The Slight Edge. And that's by Jeff Olson, I believe. Yeah, that's his name. And that book is a really good book to kind of push you outside of your comfort zones once you're already comfortable with the basics of what it is your job is as a coach. And that's obviously helping people and building relationships. So these books honestly give you the confidence to better yourself. Now, as a coach, we're constantly helping people better themselves. But if we're not working on ourselves, we cannot work with other people and we cannot give them advice if we're not following our own. So that's what personal development's all about. I also want to touch on the trainings that you're going to start seeing and the different team calls that you're going to start noticing pop up in the different team pages. Now, there's a lot of them, so don't get overwhelmed, but you guys literally have training at your fingertips. There's no excuse why you wouldn't be able to find information. I used Google as a brand new coach and would Google my questions right there. But I also would make sure I was jumping on team trainings every week. Now, we are a part of the downline of Platinum Presenters. You can sign up on that website. It takes about 72 hours. It's platinumpresenters.com, and you just need your username for your Beachbody account, and you would need your coach ID and me if I'm your sponsoring coach. They just need to make sure that you were signed up by someone a part of Platinum Presenters, and that website is the epitome of training. We are also a part of Janelle Summers' downline. Now, her website is called JanelleSummers.com. And if you go on, you can log on to her training side of her website. And if you put in log on Team Hardcore, it's all one word, Team Hardcore, and the password is fitness. Now, all of the training that we use on our team is going to be passed down through our downline. And those are two really amazing places for you to log into and get all of the information that we're going to be using for our team trainings. We also have opportunity webinars and we have calls each week for our team, including Zoom calls, which we'll include in this group, where we can get together as just a small group and check in with each other. I really ask that you can jump on 1 to 2 calls a week, and one of them should definitely be the National Wake Up Call. That's every Monday, and if you can't jump on it live, you can always listen to the replay. And that number is going to be posted in this training for you as well. So I just gave you guys some pretty hardcore information. I hope you wrote some of that down. And if you're not a reader, don't be afraid. You can pick up all these different types of audio on all these different types of personal development on audio, and you can also go on the Success on Demand tab in your back office. As any of us coaches, we have access to that, and it's actually included in our coach member fee. So you guys, you can go back there and watch some really great stuff. It's all free to you, and you just want to start planting those seeds in your own mind and growing your own confidence in yourself, and that's what personal development will do. I can honestly say when my business was booming at times, I was doing amazing personal development. And I can also see when my business wasn't doing so well is when I wasn't working on myself. I either fell off track with my nutrition, my fitness, or my personal development, or all three of them. It happens. I am not perfect. You guys aren't expected to be perfect either. So just understand that. Even though you're a coach, doesn't mean you're going to be a walking perfectionist of health, fitness, and everything else. We fall off. We have our own ups and downs, and you have to honor that and just push through it, because that is what's going to keep inspiring people. All right, guys, I will see you tomorrow.